Welcome back, everyone! This is Journitis bringing you Feed the Beast 1710. Today we are starting on episode 70, and today we're going to automate blood magic. I'm hoping to get this done this episode. We're going to do a little bit of on-camera programming, just because I'm going to be doing some things that we haven't done in drone programming as of yet, and then we're going to get the rest of this going. So first things first, we have ourselves set on advanced, and we are at the beginning. We're going to need a start piece because we are going to be making a rather extensive program, only a little bit of which is going to be covered on camera. So we always are going to start with the start, of course. Okay, after we do a start, we are going to go and we're going to have it check. See, condition items, that's the one. We're going to do a conditional on the items here. All right, now basically what we're going to do is we're going to have it check the chest for items, and the chest location is going to be over here, and we're also going to have a text over this way, and this sets the conditional to false. Okay, so start, look in, and we need to start by getting a couple of these here. Let's see, that chest and this blood altar. Those are the two things we're going to work with at the moment. All right, so we're going to say check this chest. I always put both of them in here. You only need one, I know, but whatever. All right, and we're going to check that chest for slates. Just normal, everyday blank slates. Alrighty, and we'll search my inventory and blank slates. Okay, and we're going to say any equal to or greater than 20. Okay, this is just for now. We're going to have this be a lot more when we're done, but it's going to check this chest for 20 blank slates, and in this case there are only 16. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Let's see, so we're gonna need some of this, some of this, some of this, and that should be it for this initial basic program. All right, so basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna start, we're gonna check the ender chest to see if it has 20 of the blank slates or more. Okay, now we have this set over here to a false setup, okay? And I'm going to name this, we're going to name this T1 for tier 1 slates, okay? Now, so it's going to start, the drone is going to check this chest. If it does not have 20 or more of these, then we're going to middle click here and drag this over to here, which is going to copy this. See, this is value T1, this is also value T1, okay? So if it is false, then we want to go over here. Now, to connect these, we need to have a bridge component, which is a label. Okay, so we take this label, and this basically starts a second thing. And now you can see it's connected here by this line. So this is saying, hey, if this is false, go over here and start doing these things. Okay, it says label, but it basically is a, hey, jump to. All right, so if it's false, it's going to jump over to this. All right, now one of the things I want it to do is I want to make sure that the blood altar has enough life essence in it in order to perform the process that we're going to teach it to do. So we're going to need a liquid conditional. No, that's the drone conditional. Here we go. Okay, liquid conditional. All right, and in the liquid conditional, we're going to need an area. And in this case, this area is going to be the blood altar, which is why I got that one set up already. All right. And in the blood altar, it is going to check for a liquid using a liquid filter. Okay, and the liquid filter is going to be set to life essence. All right, and then we're going to say, because it takes 1,000 life essence in order to create a blank slate, we're going to make sure that this thing has at least 2,000 life essence, because I can and I want to. All right, now it says that we still have a problem. It says no output label selected. Okay, in other words, if it's not got enough, it doesn't know what to do next. So we're going to put a blank text over here, and it says basically, hey, if we don't have the right slates, come over here. Well, if we come over here, check for 2,000 life essence. If there is 2,000 life essence, continue downward. If there's not 2,000 life essence, then it has do nothing, which makes it loop back to the beginning of the program. Okay, so now we do have 2,000 life essence. So what we want to do next if we want to have the drone import, and while I'm at it, let's just go ahead and grab an export as well, because we're going to be using those. All right, and we're going to need some more item filters. And we're going to need more locations. Okay, so now that I have the chest marked and the altar marked, I can actually just use a bunch of copies, so I don't have to worry about checking each one of these as, I don't have to program them in as much. All right, so if then we are going to import from the blood altar, which is this one right here, and from the blood altar, we are going to import, give me this. Now, I don't know if I actually have to use this myself, because this one is connected to me. If I were to search the inventories and have it just pick up a master blood orb, like if I were to look here and go, right, if I were to say pick up this blood orb is not matched to me, okay? It's not linked to me, so I'm using that blood orb that is linked to me to make sure that it doesn't get confused in the process, okay? So if we have enough, if we don't have enough and we have enough life essence, then it is going to import the blood orb from the blood altar, okay? And then it is going to also, I got this export wrong, move this over here, middle click to copy this. Once it imports the blood orb, we're going to have it also go to the chest, which is this one right here, and we're going to have it whoa, that is not what I meant to do. This is what I meant to do. All right, and here we're going to have it import smooth stone. Now, keep in mind as we're doing this, I have it set up to import and then import, okay? That means that the drone is going to have to be able to hold more than one stack of items, okay? So he's going to need dispenser upgrades. Let's not forget that when we get this part done, okay? So, he's going to go through, he's going to check the altar, he's going to import the blood orb, because you can't put anything else in there if the blood orb is already there. Then he's going to import smooth stone from the chest, and if you remember last episode, we made sure that the chest would always have smooth stone available, okay? And then we are going to export smooth stone. Well, actually, we don't really need that there, because we're just going to copy this one over. We're going to export smooth stone into the area that is the blood altar. So if you remember, this is the blood altar, this is the chest. So we can always just copy these over because it keeps the coordinates there with it. All right, so now it is saying we're going to import this, and then export this into the blood altar. Now, here comes the fun part. Once it imports to the blood altar, we need to have it wait, okay? And it has to wait for the actual, the stone to transform. Okay, if we don't have it wait, then it will automatically go back over and pick up more smooth stone. And we don't need it to have more. Why did I have a smooth stone thing there? Don't know. But if you have to have it wait and then have it import again. Okay, so we're going to do an import over here. And we're going to do a blank slate over here. Now, because of server lag, you have to take into account the idea that something won't go right, okay? Or, basically when we go through this, we're going to give it a time to wait, okay? Now, because of the way things work with a server, sometimes it takes a little bit shorter and sometimes it takes a little bit longer. Now, if it goes shorter, then that would actually be fine. It would import correctly. But if it takes longer, well, we have to make sure that no matter how long it actually takes to happen, that we wait long enough for it to happen. Now, basically the problem with that is if it takes a short amount of time to happen, but we're waiting for the long amount of time to happen, then sometimes you might accidentally get the second tier of slate, in which case we need to tell the drone to import that as well. Most of the time this will not happen, but we have to put it there just in case, because if it does happen that way, then the drone will go over here when the time is up. It'll go, okay, I'm going to import this blank slate, but if there's a reinforced slate there, he'll go, well, there's nothing there for me to pick up, and he'll just go back through the program. and then he'll wind up just picking up a bunch of stuff, and then this slate will just sit here. Okay, so I have determined that the time for this, by the way, the time in this is in ticks, not seconds. Okay, and there are 20 ticks per second, I believe. So I'm going to give this 7 seconds, which is 140 ticks. Okay, so basically, it's going to check for it. It's going to check for slates. It's going to check for life essence. Get the blood orb out of there. Put Smoothstone out of the chest into the altar. Then it's going to wait 140 ticks, which is 7 seconds. And then after that, it is going to import from the blood altar, which is, again, this one. Right? Yeah, export, yeah, this one. It's going to import from the blood altar either blank slate or reinforced slate, if it happens to make reinforced slate, which, like I said, can happen, but always better to be safe. You know, it probably won't, but either way. Okay, so then once we import the slates, then we want to export to the chest, which is going to be, let's see, I said it was, that's the life essence, there's the chest. Okay, so then we're going to export to the chest the same two things here. Okay, so now that should automatically make sure that I have 20 smooth blank slates in here at all times. Now, at the end of this, we want it to go ahead, and once it's exported to the chest, then we want it to go ahead and check again if it has 20 of the smooth slates in the chest. Okay, now it's important that it checks again here for one specific reason. At this point, we could stop this right here, and if we didn't have this part right here on here, it would automatically, when it finished that, go back to the top of this, okay, and it would check to see if there's enough slates, and that would be fine. Okay, and even if there wasn't enough slates, it would then come over here, check, import the orb, but the orb's already in its inventory, right? So that's fine, and it can be that way. But when it does have enough, it'll just stop, and the orb will still be in its inventory. And we don't want the orb to stay in its inventory. We want the orb to go back where it belongs. Okay, so once it exports to the chest, it will check to see if it has enough items again. Okay, and if it doesn't have enough items, well, then we're okay to just leave this as a blank, and it will go back to the beginning of the program. But if it does have enough items, well, then we want to export. Maybe I have to shrink this a bit. We're going to export the blood orb, to the blood altar. Okay, and then when it finishes that, it can go back to the top and check again. Now, it will never export the blood orb unless it's already done crafting the other items. Okay, so it'll keep the blood orb in its inventory until it meets the status quo over here. All right, so once we have it that way, it will export the blood orb back into the altar, and then it will come back to the program. Now, once we have that part finished, we're going to go ahead and say, hey, start, check. If there is enough blank slates, well, then we're going to progress. Now, in this case, we're going to go ahead and do a progression based on this being the only thing we're going to do, okay? We're going to have this thing go to a location, and then we're going to have it, no, not wait, where is it? Here we go, stand by. All right, so we're going to need a location that is not one of our current locations, and we are going to use this as the location to be marked. All right, so we're going to mark this piece of stone. All right, and this stone is right above the charge pad. All right, so if it has all of the stuff necessary, then it is going to go to right above the charge pad, and it is going to then wait. Okay, or stand by. Now, by standing by, when it goes to standby, it'll basically shut itself off, land on the charging station, and when it lands on the charging station will fill it back up with its appropriate amount of air pressure. Cool? Is this making sense so far? I hope so, because I can't explain it much better than this. So this is basically the basic program. Now, what we do need is to see what it's going to take to do this. Okay, we need more puzzle pieces. Just like I said at the end of last episode, we're going to need 10 more creeper and 10 more burst plant puzzle pieces. So let's fly back over here. And in between episodes, I programmed the system to make puzzle pieces. Now, let's see. It said 10 creeper, right? And also, what was the other one? Burst? I think it was burst. Burst. Yes, items, because, yeah, that's definitely the ones that are going to take the most. And start. Alrighty, cool. Oh, wow, we're almost done already. We already have 8 of each. Where are we stuck at? What are we making? Ah, we're making print. No, we're making... Oh, creeper plant plastic we were making. Anything else? Nope. Alright, cool. Give me that and that. And we should be able to go back out here, toss these in the chest, and that should allow us to go ahead and get this program running. Toss these in the chest. And now, hopefully, it will say we can export. Yes. All right, we can now export this to the drone. Now, we forgot, because I'm me and I forget things. There's 2 things that we have to worry about. First off, like I said, we need the dispenser upgrade, because that way the drone can hold the correct amount of items. But that's not the only thing we're going to need. We don't have a dispenser upgrade? Seriously? I really thought we had a dispenser upgrade. That's fine. Alrighty. And yeah, that should be fine. The other thing we're going to need is item life upgrades, and I'll tell you why. Because without the item life upgrades, the ritual that is killing the witches is going to kill the drones as well. So we can have a total of 6 of... Really? Really? 1 short? Fine. Alright, so because the ritual that hurts the witches does not differentiate between the witches and the drones. So it will try to kill the drones and suck life essence out of them. Which is kind of ironic considering you could actually use drones to get life essence because you can... Apparently you can get blood out of machines in this game. Go figure. Alright, so let's go in here. We're going to put the drone in here. We're going to go into its inventory, give it the dispensers and the life upgrades. Now it will not have any problems. Okay, speed upgrades, not so necessary. He doesn't have to go very far. Alright, so now that we have that, we should be able to go ahead and put this drone into use. Alright, he's checking for 20 smooth slates, so he should make 4 smooth slates if this is going to work correctly. Go, my children. Or my child. Whoa, wait a minute. Okay, we already messed up. Where's my... There it is. No, stop. Just stop. Please, dear God, no. Alright, so always check your program because you can make mistakes, and mistakes are bad. Alright, I made the mistake of forgetting in this program to tell it when it imports smooth stone here from the chest that we were going to use a count of 1. We only ever want to import 1 smooth stone because otherwise it throws everything off. But now that we have made that change, we can go ahead and put this over, reprogram the drone. Always make sure to re-export it because the changes you make here don't count unless you click this little arrow button. So now we should be able to go ahead and say go. Now he takes the orb, he puts in 1 piece of smooth stone, much better. It transforms, he should import it. As you can see, he started to go ahead and import another one. Alright, he started to... no. It started... See, look. It's starting to make the reinforced slate already. But that's because sometimes it takes shorter and sometimes it takes longer. Okay, now, if server lag were to hit at just the wrong time, this would make a reinforced slate. It doesn't always, but it does sometimes. So we're preparing for that eventuality. So we are up to 19. When he imports this one, we should see the blood orb pop back in. And he should go to rest. Yay, it works! Except he's jumping up and down. Why are you jumping up and down? Okay, well, you're obviously doing something because we're... Okay, he's technically charging, although this is moving a lot of items around. Okay, that's kind of strange. I'm not sure why he's jumping around. Well, I'd say this is a success for the moment. I'm going to try to figure out why he's jumping around, and I'm also going to go ahead and enhance this program so that it will then make the rest of the slates as well. Why is he jumping up and down? I do not know. I will have to see if I can figure that out. In any case, give me just a minute. I'm going to enhance this program to cover the rest of the slates as well, and we'll be right back. Oh my word, if you guys could possibly understand how long it has been since I recorded that last segment. It is yeah, a lot has happened. We now have it programmed for greater things. And yeah. So, we now have this set up. Hopefully this will function. I have yet to test it. But we should be able to go through and have this all function correctly. Okay? Basically, I did the exact same program, only I altered it for each of the different slates. Up through tier 4 anyway. There actually is higher than that, but we're not going to worry about that for now. Now that I've got this programmed, I need to export it, and for that I need 27 more creeper, 30 more burst, and 15 more chopper. So creeper, burst, chopper. Let's go, wow. Creeper, burst, chopper. Creeper, burst, chopper. Creeper, burst, chopper. Alright, creeper. Let's see. Burst. And chopper was only 15, I think. Chopper is the text version. Yeah, so that shouldn't be, but just in a couple. So let's go ahead. Well, we'll just make 20 of them. Awesome. I also told the system to go ahead and make a bunch of the circuit boards. So that way we wouldn't have to wait as much for circuit board creation, because that is a bit lengthy. But apparently this is going to take a little bit too. Let's see. Okay, it's making plastic. That's going to take a little bit. As a matter of fact, all of these are going to take a little bit because it has to pipe them through one by one. Realistically, I only really need 2 specific seeds to go through this, and this is rather slow, actually. But, well, this will take a second. Hang on. Alrighty, got those pieces put together. We can now export this, and we should be able to put this thing to work. Now, real quick, before I get started on this, I just want to point out a couple of things. This one is set for 2,000. This one is set for 4,000 because it takes the 1,000 to create the original, then 2,000 more. So I always want there to be at least 1,000 more than it requires for the process for it to make, okay? So then the third tier is wait a minute. That's not right. That's not right at all. Okay, this one is supposed to be, it takes 8,000 for this, so we're going to change this one to 9,000. And this one is going to take, let's see, it's 15,000 for the last jump. So 15 and 8 is 23, I believe. So this one is going to be set to 24,000. All right. And that one is good to go as well. So everything there should be set. And let's just see if this is going to work. Re-export, please. orb is in there. Get to work. Oh, yeah. All right, so also, by the way, I set this to look for 20 of each. That is good for now. Realistically, we're going to need a lot more than that, so I'm going to go ahead and, before I paste bin this, change this to 64. This one, we're going to use most of these, so we're going to go to 128 for this one. Because we'll probably use more than that in one go. We'll change this to 32, and we'll also change this one to 32. All right, so he's still running on a basic program of 20. So, he just hit 20 smooth ones, so he should be moving on to reinforced. Excellent. This is so great. Cool. Let me let this run for just a minute. Because well, actually, no. While this runs, we'll come back in a minute to check on this. We need 4 beacons. Because we need to upgrade our altar, right? We're going to upgrade to tier 5, and for that, we want to make some beacons. Block of aluminum. No. Beacon. Alright. I'm out of glass again. Okay, no. I am out of glass. How am I out of glass? Of all the things to be out of. I'm not out of glass. I've got... Oh. Well, no, I've got quite clear glass. Why didn't it take that? Oh, you can't use quite clear glass for beacons. Okay, well, that's good to know. In that case, now I've got glass. Alright, now then. 4 beacons, please. 1, 2... Oh, no! I don't have any nether stars! Whatever shall we do? I need 2 more, so let's make 3, just because. Oh, I love being able to just order nether stars. Alright, boys. When your timer hits, let's see you get to work. Nice. Oh, I love this. Grab the skulls. 1 wither. Go flip the switch. That starts the timer over there. He spawns. That light comes on, and he goes to kill him. Ha! I love it. And boom, he's dead. Goes out, turns his switch off, and goes to rest. Gosh, that's beautiful. And I still need to make this timer shorter. Wow. Okay, 70 seconds is still too short by about a quarter, so let's just let that tick. There it goes. And we're going to shrink it by 15 seconds. Seems like a good thing to do. Sweet. Alright, so now let's make sure that this actually registered that the nether star was received. Should say crafting 1 nether star now. Nope, still crafting 2. Uh-oh. Oh no, never mind. I asked it for 3, so it makes sense that... Never mind. Don't ask. I forgot I asked for 3. And it's dead, and it's still crafting 1. But that means our beacons are done. Yay! And we'll have an extra nether star because why not? Alright, now the other thing we're going to need is some blood runes. Some... dadgummit, not runes. Yeah, it is runes. Oh dear. You ever get lost? I got lost once. Alright, so we're going to need at least some basic blood runes. But realistically, we should probably do a specific kind of blood rune. Let me think about which runes I want in this configuration, because we can't make it tier 5 without the runes, but I don't want to make normal runes because normal runes are boring, and we don't want boring. So let's see. You know what? We'll probably just wait, and I'll decide what kind of runes I want in between episodes. I have an idea of automated rune swapping setup, but I'll have to see about that. How are you doing, buddy? What are you working on now? 20. He's working on demonic. Nice. Oh, wow. The altar is getting awfully low. I wonder if this is going to run out. What are we currently at? Oh, we're still at 20,000 LP. That's not a problem. Oh, wow. It's draining it quick, though. 14. Oh, wow. Yeah, that might become a problem. We may not be generating life essence fast enough. I will have to see about that. We can actually program everything to keep extra life essence and to pump life essence into this when it's crafting. That's probably something I'll work on next episode as well. For now, this all seems to be working rather nicely. Especially considering that, I mean, this really is working rather nicely. I'm going to take a break for just a second. I know we're at the end of the episode, but I want to take a break real quick, and I'll have a last, 30-second thing where I show this thing working at the end, and then I will Pastebin the code for you guys. So give me just a second. Alrighty, we're down to the last couple. The problem is that for some reason, it is not making sure that the blood altar is full before crafting again, and I don't know why that is exactly. This may or may not finish. I'm having to help it along a little bit, with my own blood here. And how dare it make me bleed my own blood? That's just wrong. But in any case, oh yes, enough. Blood orb goes back, and you go back to resting. Okay, you go back to jumping up and down, but that's fine too. It works. Oh yeah, and it totally drained that. What am I extending at? Oh, only 984,000. I still had plenty. But that is awesome. It works. Not sure why it's not using the liquid check part correctly. It's supposed to make sure that there's equal to or greater than 24,000 life essence, but it wasn't doing that. And it might be because it already had the blood orb in its inventory, but I'm not really certain about that. But in any case, we're going to go ahead and upload this to Pastebin. Alright guys, here is the Pastebin code. Now, if you're going to use this Pastebin code, give me a thumbs up if you're going to use it. I'd like to know how many people find this useful and interesting. And I just want to try to keep track. So a thumbs up per Pastebin use, please. That would be awesome. And for those of you who give me a thumbs up anyway, give me a thumbs up anyway, because reasons. But that's it for this episode. So this is Journitis signing off on episode 70 of my Let's Play series. Like me if you like me, subscribe if you want to see what I get into next, and as always, help spread the gaming! Okay, sorry, I know this is the end of the episode, but I made a mistake, and I wanted to tell you guys, because the Pastebin code I gave you will make things not work correctly. I changed this to be conditioned for 64, but I forgot to go over here and change these conditions for the correct thing from what's over there. Okay, I just noticed that because of the stupid drone. But this will now be the correct Pastebin code, and this will actually get you where you need to go. So sorry about that, and of course, help spread the gaming!